What's up, yo? This is Views Podcast. My name is Derek.
I'm Jay, co-host.
And I'm Nana Kofi Tego.
Ideally, Charlie, we should have introduced you, but yeah, we'll still do that. Anyways, today's podcast is brought to you by the Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. They are into events, weddings, parties.
You name it, you do it.
I want you. What the outdooring?
Outdooring.
Yeah, the outdooring fashion shows.
Everything's on.
They do all that, and then it's indoor and outdoor. Standby generator already fitted, PA system, air conditioned, fans. I mean, you name it. Secure parking, all the good stuff. They do it.
Just ready for you. Right?
Just call them on 0244926622. Then you can schedule a tour with them. The Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. Charlie, you have some announcement?
You have MatCon. So MatCon, this is the second time you're announcing MatCon on here.
Yeah.
So MatCon is actually a speed dating event.
Is it speed dating?
It'll be speed date.
Yeah. Speed dating.
That's
like speed in the date. I can go date fast.
Yeah. All that.
Matchmaking, speed dating.
Matchmaking. Yeah. What we are essentially saying is we are trying to let you or help you meet your personal person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man. That's what we're doing, and it's happening on 7th.
On the 7th of June, right here.
This Friday, the exact location you're looking at.
And
we'll be talking about that location because they are sponsors for this one as well. So on the 7th, what time?
6:30 p.m. here at Midindi. You come.
All the single people will be here. If you're wondering where all the single people are and you can't find one, Charlie.
They're not in a crowd. All of them are right here.
And today our cameraman, Charlie, he's hiding, but he'll be here. Fine, fresh boy. Mr. Steve, he'll be here. Ladies,
he get money too. He get money. So
the money,
he get money.
That one, like I figure who will hide up.
Can you be plaza?
Still, they don't know how, so it's cool. He's trying to find somebody for him.
Yeah, be plaza.
And know what he has. No, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
man. So Charlie, MatCon is happening 7th June, 6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. Yeah, right here
at Midindi Hotel. If you don't know where Midindi Hotel is at East Cantonment, Fair Circular Drive, just behind Elwak Sports Stadium. And just minutes, I think 300 meters from the Boys Center and minutes away from American Embassy. As for American Embassy, everybody know them because we joined Visa Line. Everybody joined before. So MatCon is happening. Make sure to go on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
And then register.
Just register and then
come have a blast.
Have a good time.
Meet somebody, Charlie. Very necessary.
Not be every day sliding into DMs.
Charlie.
Come meet somebody in person,
Exactly.
It's a MatCon.
And then the last people sponsoring this is Midindi Hotel. We just told you about Midindi Hotel. But Midindi Hotel, I mean, just look at the ambience, man. Charlie.
It's fantastic.
Midindi Hotel is the place to be.
It's fantastic.
It's a boutique hotel, which also champions conferencing as well. I mean, the place is to die for. Their food is excellent. Come try their signature dish. Fried ham and chicken wings, man. We are waiting for the third plate.
In the big again.
Come and check it out. As you can see, we are on their terrace. I mean, it's excellent. They have the indoor restaurant. They have the poolside. They've got excellent conferencing facilities and amazing rooms. They are to die for. If you want to have a corporate conference or event, or maybe some board meeting, you just want to move away. It's a hideaway in the city.
It is.
If you know what I mean. If you get here, you see.
You understand? Yeah,
exactly. So it's East Cantonment Fair Circular Road, behind the Elwak Sports Stadium, 300 meters from the Du Bois Center, minutes away from the American Embassy. You can call them on 0302 770007. 0302770007.
That'll be some little number.
Reach them on their line and they'll hook you up. Anyways, now let's get into it. Today we are not doing discussion, although it's a discussion. Today we have a special guest.
It's a discussion, yeah.
Special guest. I say special. We've actually discussed it before.
Yeah.
In a previous podcast, I mentioned about this guy, young dude, Charlie, young dude, smart young dude,
Fine boy,
Charlie, who decided out of everything he could have done, he decided he was going to write a book.
Wow.
Charlie. Wow. All my life, that thing never crossed my mind.
The exclusive for the exclusive.
But then, homeboy decided to write a book.
Write a book.
And as for media, I like commenting good stuff. So that is exactly what we're doing. He wrote a book called BEDIAKO. He will explain why the name is BEDIAKO and what the whole book is about. But hey, Charlie, welcome, Mr. Nana Kofi Tego.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, if we're introing, buddy.
Oh yeah. First of all, I must say, Charlie, you guys really, they pop, like you guys really be some awesome level. Charlie, I really appreciate the warm welcome and everything. Charlie, cameraman, the job better. Charlie, they give some nice smiles, make the whole mood, they make some wavy. Charlie,
maybe booze up away.
Charlie, within the hotel ambience as director there, Charlie.
Lovely.
I for books on dates. Then do some one-on-one dating, some reserve thing. Then your woman go fit can day here. Some I be the bar then for up, Charlie. You get some dinner plus on girl be then go come base for one corner.
Oh
here,
yeah.
Then some waitresses, then some waiters.
Yeah. They do all that. Some cabin crew. One-on-one dating, everything.
Charlie.
But Charlie, tell us about you. Oh,
my name is
Who is Nana Kofi Tego?
Nana Kofi Tego be my pseudonym. My actual name is George Kofi Tego, but I really don't really like the George.
Charlie, which word did you use? Pseudonym.
Pseudonym.
You say be fake.
Yeah, be name. I don't know.
That's why I write book, right?
Writers, yeah.
That's why I write book.
Most artists they adopt this naming system where nobody have actual name, but it be for the brand. Just as you go fit talk come say the nickname. I don't know the nickname, but it's a nickname or just say a stage name, a showbiz name.
Yeah.
Just as Michael Owusu will have Sarko there, and then Charles Niyama Mensah will have Shatawale.
See, AKA.
Yeah.
We go
but
talk
for book inside they call see.
Okay.
That's what you do about AKA.
But basically my name Kofi Tego, no they change. It doesn't
okay.
really change. Just the Nana Kofi Tego, that the Nana that I've just employed, removed the George and then I've put the Nana there. So that's what I write with. Okay, basically, I'm just a normal guy. I'm a writer from Korlegono. I grew up on the streets of Korlegono.
So you're a Shatta movement fan?
Oh yeah, pam. Yeah, I grew up on the streets of Korlegono. My dad is a policeman.
Oh.
We stay Korlegono barracks. We were just 50 meters away from the Korle Lagoon. Yeah, and then unfortunately for me, we are like 20 meters away from the Lavender Hill. You heard about the Lavender Hill?
Yeah.
Charlie,
I'm surprised you're still sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Like
I say,
like by now you absorb everything.
I really absorb, but then I give out the energy too because if you are growing up on the streets of Korlegono, you are susceptible to bullying.
Okay.
And so if your eye no tron, you go slack. So at every point in time, the energy you hail from the Lavender Hill, you forgive out for fighting inside, for bullying that.
Oh wow!
I didn't see where the thing to go.
Sometimes we play match for the Lavender Hill, some park we did there.
Yeah.
And we're playing. These guys are visitors from outside, like they're from another place, not Kanishi. Some DBs then come. First half, then we were 3-0 down.
Yeah.
Okay, so second half we came back.
Like Liverpool against Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm a Milan fan. So just like Istanbul Nightmare 2005, we come back second half.
Guy knows his football.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we come back second half. We then they dump some physics for the Korle Lagoon inside. The whole
Fresh
place,
physics.
bro. The whole place. The man knows that things. We give up. We got them 5-3.
I'm sure, Charlie.
Basically that's
you guys conspire with the guys. To
no. Then we with the hope. Then chess if I come like first half, so basically that's Nana Kofi Tego. I'm free flowing. I'm fun to be with. Honestly, I get girlfriend, but she break my heart. But we still they move.
That's no problem. If you can't find some next week.
I thought women love, guys with word, poetry, writers,
Maybe anyway.
Surprisingly, what women don't like this modern era is men that are pushing, because your progress is delayed.
Yeah, okay.
When you want the utmost best for yourself, young guys like us would want to put everything back into our craft instead of sitting you down at Basilicos or sitting you down at cockpits or somewhere. I'll put everything I get back into my craft, and the ladies do not appreciate it.
Basically, they pay.
I don't they pay. I don't pay, but I don't they pay.
No, you see, what did they talk? We say the girls don't like debi.
They understand.
Then they like abendada.
But we too, we are so convinced about our ideas. We are convicted to our ambitions that we'd want to push everything forward.
Working really hard to make that.
Basically, that be it.
And look at you now.
Right now, I guess on Girlfriend, they watch me ride DCF.
Look at you. BEDIAKO is out, published, launched. I mean, you've been on a tour, I guess.
Yeah. The One Book Project.
Yeah, the One Book Project. Wow. Tell us about that.
I was supposed to mention the Kofinak initiative, as you can see, inscribed.
Oh yeah, Charlie viewers. This is the book. BEDIAKO. There's a fine girl on it with a tear.
Yeah, me like in Girlfriend.
The mushy day, she no fine cry.
He's going to explain the tear. I don't know if he break the guy hat or. But I mean, it's a solid book. I've had the opportunity to read, not everything, but I've read something, and I can tell you, Charlie, it's good. It's solid.
It's actually really
solid.
Good, yeah.
But you were talking about it.
A Kofinak initiative. I started a Kofinak initiative band. Basically.
So what's that again?
Kofinak.
It's on the book. A Kofinak initiative.
Kofinak basically coming from Kofi Naked. Naked was my nickname back in school. It was my father's nickname.
I wonder why.
He's so rest in peace. He died last week.
Sorry about that.
I lost my
sorry about that.
He was my mentor. He was my everything. Like
the police officer.
Yeah, he was my everything. I spoke to him. He run girls for me.
Charlie, wow.
The man really did things for me, and I lost him last week. But Charlie, we still there here. They push.
Now, let's not rush. The Kofi Naked.
Let's go back to that. I just mentioned it and leave it like that.
Naked, bro, Charlie.
Back in police academy, my dad was a senior. Back in the day, they used to go to police academy for 2 years. So he was a senior, and the first years came.
Yeah.
So one day they went for church service, and the priest preached about vanity. We came naked and we shall go naked.
Yeah.
So they went back to the dormitories, and my dad wanted to holla Gary from the kids. It was like, Charlie, naked we came, naked we shall go. So whatever he gets, give me. So he did that for a period of time, and the children started calling him Senior Naked. Senior no because naked we came. So it became a name, Naked. So one time I was in my dad's Opel Omega back from Bishop High School. He had picked us from school, and then he stopped in the traffic light, and this policeman there was like, naked. My dad was like, naked, and I had his friends at the back seat. They was like, hey. So we went back to school, and they started calling me Naked. Wow. And that was it. So it became my name. True.
Charlie, what was your nickname?
Charlie, I don't get someone.
You don't get one.
I don't get nickname. No.
Me, my nickname there, the die plus up.
So basically, that's where the Kofna came from. So I started back in university when I was in KNUST. Kofinak initiative. I engage in creative writing. I used to write articles. I have a page on Facebook. It was
but most importantly, how did you get into writing in the first place? Because I'm sure you agree with me that writing is not something that just readily comes to mind.
Yeah, but also, I mean, looking at your background, you did natural resource management. So how do you move from there into writing?
Simple. As a God-given talent.
Oh, okay.
I don't force myself to imagine.
Yeah. So you didn't know God came and said,
I just started writing.
Right.
For Facebook.
Could be right.
Then I started writing things. This is what we come church away. Africa, my daughter. Oh, no. I started writing on Facebook, short stories. I started writing articles, and then I had an idea for short stories. I can just imagine short clips, short things, and then I started putting them into writing. So people were patronizing my writing on my Facebook wall, and they were liking, and they were, commenting very good things about it. It really got to people. So I decided, why not try a short story? So I tried a short story, and then people actually liked it, And then I moved on to another short story, and I moved on. I kept going. I was like, Charlie, let me try my hands on a book. So I do creative writing. Most importantly, I do creative writing. I was like, Ghanaian society, we don't usually patronize writing, books, reading.
I mean, what's the difference between normal writing and creative writing?
When you are doing normal writing, it's just like a prose. A prose can take different forms. Normal, what you think, what just comes to you, what just comes to you, you just write what comes to you. But with creative writing, there's always an element of if I should say like an element of wow, mind-boggling, something that goes round and comes back to something. There's always something different from the actual things you read. So like this BEDIAKO, like this. The wow in it is the whole book is written without knowing the main character's name.
Okay.
So you finish reading the book, and the last line, she will ask myself, my name, I don't remember, but this is my story. Then you, the reader, you realize that
you read a whole book without
knowing the main character's name.
Yeah. I did the first chapter and a couple of chapters. It's true.
But you never realized.
But then I got into it.
I mean, the story was good. The story was actually really good.
And did you realize there was no name for the main character?
Nah, you just telling me.
That is it. So until you get to the end, you realize you've read an entire book without knowing the main character's name. Main character.
Wow.
That is creative writing. That is what
it's interesting.
But then just to simplify things, I would like to ask you two questions. I want to know the difference between creative and normal writing. So concept party. Where does it?
Concept party has elements of creativity.
Okay.
I'm not saying that normal writings do not have creativity. They do. But the extra edge of wow. The whole book. Something that you read through. For example, let me just cite this example. There is this book. The whole book was written in third party. Let me give this example. It's a popular book. People know about the book. I'm not going to mention the name, but people know about the book. It was like you moved in there. You walked outside. The whole book, the writer is talking to you, like referring to you doing it. It is an extra wow. It's an extra creativity employed in the book. That is the difference. There's no marginal difference between normal writing and then creative writing, but creative writing has this extra wow, this extra edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second one will be Uncle Ebo White. His stories, creativity,
yeah, but I don't see extra
the wow
in
factor.
It's normal creativity you would enjoy, just like how you enjoy John and John. You would enjoy the Putumanto. You'd enjoy the Northern Affair. It's Beast of No Nation. Creativity, perfect, but there's no extra wow.
So are you saying Ebo White 5 years ago was it? Did you have that wow effect, or it's changed now?
What if you got to try to tell me? He the right pass Uncle Ebo White.
He
just a critic was the guy to do.
The part of the world where
he's telling you that
where self-confidence is.
No, but some people start really good, but then they just like lose value as they go on.
I would say it boils down to complacency.
Okay.
When you get to the market, that extra effort you put into writing is not there anymore. That's how come Lionel Messi and then Cristiano Ronaldo will remain one of the best ever in football, because even though they have that spark, they've gotten there, they still put in maximum effort. They always put you on it, like give something extra. Messi will always be like, we know Messi is good, but always he's doing something different. But it boils down to complacency. People get there and they'll be like, I have the market, anything I put out there will be listened to.
So coming back to the question, do you think Ebo White 5 years ago was doing a good job?
He was doing better than now.
Also, okay,
much
so
better.
that's
Much better.
But let's not lose track of the conversation. You were explaining Kofnak, and then we took you back to how you got
basically
into
that's
writing.
what Kofnak is about, creative writing.
So you are inspiring.
I'm inspiring people, and my main vision is to recruit creative writers, give them the listening audience, reading audience, listening audience, and all that, because we are going into audiobooks and all that. My main motive is to imbibe the reading culture in the Ghanaian society.
Alright, okay.
Not just reading storybooks, but I begin with creative writing because the first book I read was The Count of Monte Cristo back in Bishop High School, and the book was wow.
You know, me I don't read, but the movie is Charlie.
You'd rather watch a movie than Charlie.
Yes, and you should understand. I got so involved. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So I started reading Goosebumps by R.L. Stein.
Yeah, I read. That's what those.
Yes, and I read Animals, Babysitter's Club.
I read R.L. Stein.
That's where it started
from.
So I feel like if I should put something good like that out today and to catch the eye of young adults, catch the eye of Ghanaians, people to read BEDIAKO and be like, wow, I will urge them to read more books.
But why would you say the Ghanaian culture is like, you know, Charlie, reading is not really a thing. It's not part of us. Because
it's not a thing.
I'll tell you the truth. I once collected a book from somebody. I think I used 3 weeks to read 3 pages.
Okay.
I'm not playing.
That explains it.
I'm not playing at all. I used 3 weeks to read 3 pages, and that was it. That was it for me. I couldn't read anymore.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Because when I was a kid, I'll tell you something.
You read nice books.
Not nice books. I mean, my dad was, you know, those guys, heavy-handed. You have to read graphic, center page.
You see that?
I don't know if it be sick of the bore me where I decide I do research. I mean, it's a thing. And most guys too don't read. So it was quite surprising to see that you actually write it.
Let me bring this in. 3 points. 1, in our society, just like movies, okay, writing and acting, one line, but one is visual, one is reading. Okay, they are all visual, but one is actually seeing people act, and one is trying to create a world in your mind. Now, people patronize foreign series, foreign movies than local movies. Why? Because of the content, because of the delivery, because of the way it's sponsored, it is produced. Okay, now when you have local writers writing all sorts of crap, like things that you don't actually relate to, things that are so boring, you don't get the groove to read. Okay, but when you're out there and you have Nora Roberts, Harley Quinn series, you have Sandra Brown and the others writing books, you definitely have to read. Because myself, I'm not a fan of African writers, aside Chinua Achebe. I'm not a fan of African writers. I admire R.L. Stein and all those outside there. So that is basically the problem. We don't.
Why don't you admire?
Honestly, I do not agree with you.
Why not?
Yeah.
I do not, because
you read a lot.
I do not read, but I'm looking at it from a different. No, I read. Fuck. I read. No, I read. No, I do read, but I'm looking at it from a different point of view. This has to. So basically, what you're talking about as well. You know, these are foreign authors who are bringing in a different perspective from what we are used to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we grew up on the streets knowing that Charlie, Sunday everywhere. You know, there's indiscipline, all these things. But then these people are looking at it from a different point of view. They are painting a picture which we cannot relate to. So instead, these African writers are those we need to paint the picture for their kids who understand.
I get you perfectly.
They are writing what we see every day. And we can relate to that instead of.
The issue is the delivery.
Yeah, okay.
You can write and write and write and write, but the delivery. I don't want to mention names. I would have cited examples of books, African writers you can go to, and then you compare to other writers outside. You know that the story is there, but the delivery is not something that will urge you to read more. I get what I'm trying to say.
I can agree with what you're saying because your book, I read the raw manuscript. No editing, nothing.
No editing, nothing, just like
now
that.
Reading it, I started comparing with people like this law guy. What was his name? Gresham.
Oh,
John Gresham.
Yeah.
Because that's what I usually read. I read John Gresham. So, like the delivery you're talking about, it wasn't there. The edge wasn't there for me. But then I took, compensation in the fact that I'm reading a raw manuscript.
Yeah.
So I just went with the flow. But I can understand what you're saying. But then you can also not take away from, like you mentioned, Chinua Achebe.
Oh yeah.
Because we don't read, we can't mention too many of them. But I'm sure
this is what we
the
know.
guy who wrote what's the name? Ase guy.
I asked the wrong person.
I took this from your dad, man.
Yes. You see, the thing is,
my focus is on Ghanaian society.
I actually have another point to make, but I want him to finish his points.
No, don't get me wrong. African writers are superb. I'm narrowing it down to our Ghanaian society.
Okay.
That is where my
but
issue
even
is.
with the Ghanaian society,
we have good writers.
Yeah, they are.
We have good writers. We have
Efukojo
Maogbe, may you so rest in peace. We have
Ama
Atedu. We have Ama Atedu. We have Lawrence Damani. We have lots of them.
Yeah.
They are good. But how many of them? How many books have they written? How many of the books have really gone out there for people to?
But writing a book is no joke, man.
It's no joke. It's no joke. But we have people who have been writing books. Outsiders, they write 2 books a year, 3 books a year. People write series and all that. My problem is we have the talent, just like myself, but putting it out there, the consistency, the flow, producing, writing, keep moving. How many years would it take one writer to write a book? It's because of the Ghanaian society, because people do not patronize the books, so it kills your vim to even actually sit down and write. Trust you me, writing this book is no joke. Sitting down every day, imagining a world, trying to put the reader into the world, giving the reader things to follow, like pebbles, like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Follow the storyline, confuse you at this point, bring the explanation at this climax, make sure that the climax is actually climax that can make you orgasm. I know I'm going on, but you get what I mean. It entails a lot. You see, it entails a lot, and I feel that when people started buying my book, I had more vim to finish writing my second book. But in a situation whereby people are not patronizing my book, I will not have that morale to always sit by my laptop and then write. So basically, that is it.
You wanted to ask a question?
I mean, it's honestly, it's a good book. You have to give it to you. It's a good book, but it also comes down to interest. You get me? Because with me growing up, I saw, my friends reading, those John Grisham books, Goosebumps, Babysitters. I never read it. I never read it because I couldn't, or my interest wasn't there. I grew up and I realized that my interest was actually in biography and autobiography. So seeing human beings go through life, that's what inspired me to read about them. So it also comes down to interest. So you cannot just pick a book and then expect everyone to read it and everyone to relate to it. We can't do that. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Very good point. That is why I was just waiting for someone to balloon that ball for me for the gear to say. That is the point. That is why I am here. That is why I have the conviction that I can actually put writing out there, because I feel that we have it here, and then all we have to do is to tell our stories. Just tell our stories. We have lots of stories to tell in Ghana. Lots of stories that we just have to twist it a bit, put some creative, fictionalize it, and then we are out there perfectly. That is why the Kofi initiative is here, to pick stories. I know, I'm sure you asked me about my upcoming books, where I'll touch on that. But basically, all my books that are coming up are stories that we know that are untold, stories that need to be told to them about the Ghanaian society, about heroes, about heroines, and all that. That is what my problem is, because if we had writers from outside in Ghana, there will be a lot to write about. Even with our heroes, we can write a whole series about Ghanaian heroes, but they are not there. So just as I was saying, we have it, the talent, the stories, the content, but we don't have the zeal to write.
What you're saying comes down to, until the lion learns how to write, the hunter will always take the glory. So if we have people writing our stories and our history, of course, we're not going to get the actual juice from it. But once we take up that mantle and we decide to write our own stories, then we can write about our own heroes and inspire our own generation. And
the good thing about books and writing stories about people is, once you write it, no one can, belittle that value or that information that's in there. There's something called dissemination of information. So once you start telling, telling stories, it gets to the last person and it's totally different. When you write it,
it's in black and white.
It keeps its value. So yes, we still need to write.
I must say this. I like this about you. the fact that you're confident.
They told me I'm arrogant.
No,
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
You tell all of us, but the fact that you're confident and you know what you're about, and you seem convicted about what you're doing, and you actually want to do it. That's what I like, and I feel a lot more Ghanaians will get to that point when they see people like you, trying to actually do it, put in the effort. Because people think, Charlie, these things, they just happen. They think you mention some words and then BEDIAKO came into being. You know what? No. And this is what I would like you to do. I need people to understand that dreams, you don't just wake up and then the dream you had or even having for over years just materializes. Yeah. It's not done. How long did it take you to write this book?
This book, basically, I used almost a year. But it was less than a year. But with writing a book, it doesn't, putting down your ideas on a raw manuscript, it's not just it. Just like I sent you. If you compare what I sent you to this, there's a vast difference. The difference is very, very, very huge. Very, very, very huge. It goes down to editing, alpha readers, beta readers, editing again, typesetting.
Can you explain what alpha readers and beta readers are?
Now when you write the raw manuscript, you go over it yourself. When you're writing, you just have to put everything that comes to mind just down like that, with no structure, with no flow, just ideas. I have adopted a style where I divide them into short stories, like chapter 1, 2, 3, beginning and climax, and then conclusion. But most of my books, or most of my writings, my climax is in my conclusion. Creative writing. So but basically the basic way of going about writing. Don't you think you're going to
lose the readers before they actually get there?
No, and that is my power. That's my strength. All the reviews I had about my book, wow, this is a page turner. This is a book. If you realize, I divided the books. Every chapter has a title. I have The Festival, I have In the Face of Love, I have Close Shave, I have Stab in the Back, Hustler's Creed. This is one story, but every chapter has a story. Okay, every chapter, just like Korean series or Indian series, every chapter or every episode
or Game of Thrones. Yours is not Game of Thrones.
Mine is BEDIAKO. every chapter has a story to tell, and then you follow one story, and it will end with a chapter without interrupting the flow of the actual concept of the book.
Okay.
So I don't get you bored at all. Almost every review I had, wow, this book is interesting. This book is a page turner. Suspense up there. Everything up there.
Did you get negative reviews?
I did. I had issues with my tenses in the book. So even this one is a revised edition.
Okay.
I had issues with my tenses, and it goes down to me as a writer. Just like every footballer, everyone who has a craft or a craftsman has a defect. And I would proudly say mine is tenses. I so live in my world when writing so much so that I get lost with tenses sometimes. So I think going forward, I need a very good editor. Sorry, Kofi, I really need a very good editor going forward, because that people were talking about had issues with my tenses because I used to switch from present continuous to past. And it all goes down because I had lots of throwbacks in the book, so I had to sit down again.
Don't you think that actually makes it unique? Because
it makes it unique.
You this is a Ghanaian story, obviously, and the typical Ghanaian. You are mentioning present continuous with past. Charlie, we make something. You get what I mean? It's a good thing you recognize that that's something you need to work on. But I'm saying that it's reading it at, if you appreciating what
gets written,
and being of Ghanaian origin and everything, you come to appreciate that this is actually Ghanaian. But then I like the fact that you recognize it and you want to do something on it.
And I wanted to add that most of the people that had issues with my tenses are avid readers, people who have actually read lots of books, like writers who scrutinize your book critically, like word for word. You see, everyone that read this book, every lay reader enjoys the book. Even good readers enjoy the book. But there are people who are actual critical readers. They just want to take your book and find fault. And then, of course, welcome to my zone. I'm human. But I worked on this book, and then I perfected the tenses in the book.
I
so
mean,
actually,
you needed that feedback to change.
That feedback. This is my
so
first
it's all good.
book.
Yeah.
And then with this book, it has really opened doors for me. I'm sitting on Views podcast. Come on.
Charlie, give me the roast. Give me the roast.
Yeah. I'm being hosted by two fine gentlemen.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think you answered my question. With the alpha and beta readers.
Oh, yeah, come to that. Sorry. You know, when you write a book, putting down the raw ideas down, without any structure, without any flow, nothing. And then you, the writer, you now go over your book. Now you start giving structure to the book. Fixing sentences, fixing plots, fixing settings, putting this scenario here, putting this here. This should follow this. You know, you have to make sure that the flow is uninterrupted with the reader. It should flow like that. Then you go back to grammar, check. So you do series of editings yourself as a writer. Then after you give to alpha readers. Now the alpha readers are going to read. Most of them usually they have the power to edit. They are going to use this Microsoft Edit software or whatever they have. They are going to write comments. Then they'll bring it back. They'll give suggestions. Then you write everything again. Consider the ones you want to consider, the ones you don't want to consider. Then you give it to your editor. Your editor reads through, and then you revisit the book again, read through again. Then you give it to beta readers. When you are convinced you've done all the corrections by the alpha readers, required by the alpha readers, then you give to beta readers. And the beta readers usually, now the alpha readers, let me state emphatically that with the alpha readers it takes a lot of time, because you can go to the alpha readers countless times until your book is actually good to go out there. So
basically they are like, give your writing master's thesis. Your supervisor
exactly,
sort of.
Yes, so they have the power to influence your book. Now after all is set and down and they are all satisfied with whatever you have there, then you give to beta readers. Usually than not, most often the beta readers do not have the power to influence the book, because by the time they get the book is ready to go out there. They are just going to read and critique, so that you know what is coming your way, so that you can accept the criticism that come your way. So after writing my book, I give to Derek. Derek reads the book. Charlie, the book they be, because before you give to the beta reader, you should make sure that the book is ready to go out there. Okay. So now Derek is going to read, like this book now I can give to a beta reader. Now Derek will read the book and Derek will be like, Charlie, the book, I like the book, but this part, no, like, okay. I'm not going to change unless it is some drastic error or mistake that you have to revisit. If not, there are criticism that you should be expecting from people. So you give to people. Now with the beta readers, you give to an avid reader and a light reader. You give to a layman and you give to someone who doesn't read at all. Urge and force the person. Those people, they usually take time. Urge them to finish the book and tell you what they think. Now you get from all angles all the criticism, so that you as a writer, you know what you are expecting from, so that when someone will not tell you that, Charlie, your book be whack, then you go down there, you know that, Charlie, my book is good, it's just that I have issues with this and this and that. So
that's a long process, Charlie.
And you're not done. Then after you come back and you go and do the typesetting. And that's this everything, the way the book is arranged, chapter by chapter, page by page, everything. And then you go to final editing, final proofreading, and your book is out, ready to go out there.
So it took you, say, a year. But then I'm sure the whole concept took a bit longer. I had bought this idea for almost 5 years. And that's what I want people to know, man. It took him 5 goddamn years.
5 years.
To even, so it took him at least 4 years to actually pen down your first word, right?
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about.
It took him a whole year to finish it,
man. You know, it doesn't come cheap. Even if you have the talent, man, it takes time. And what I've learned over the years is trust the process.
Trust the process.
You have to trust the process. I mean, the destination, the B, it's good. If you're there, hey, glory be to God. But then you have to trust the process, and you have to live every moment of it. Now, I'm sure if we are supposed to go into the process and how you came about it, you know, some interesting, you know, stories.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and those things gives you some sort of, you know, encouragement, some comfort, and fun memories. You know, to actually actualizing
your
this
dreams or ideas. You know, when I must chip in this. I was thinking, I was pondering whether to leave it out or to put it in. You know, but every writer needs an inspiration. Inspiration is the key. Motivation. You know, there's a difference between motivation and inspiration. People can be motivated every time, but motivating that actually doesn't get the work done.
Yeah.
I can motivate you to sit down and try to achieve your dreams, but inspiration is what actually gets it done perfectly. I can motivate you to work, carry loads, but inspiration will make you carry the load and carry it properly. Am I saying something
like a job and a career?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can motivate you to sit behind your laptop, but inspiration will make you sit behind your laptop and produce something much better. My inspiration, I wanted to set up a company, so Transman Ghana Limited. Into me, imagine say, oh, can I just chip in my vernacular?
Oh,
small.
Cool.
Charlie, I need money to start up this business, so I had to resort to my inner qualities, my innate abilities. I needed money. I need 20,000 Ghana cedis, 20,000 Ghana cedis to actually start my transport business. I mean, to car management and all that. I didn't have money. I was like, what do I do? In the book, there's this part I read that in the moments of humans' most desperation, we resort to our innate qualities. And most of us, our innate qualities are not just good ones, positive ones. People have bad innate qualities, like robbing, taking up a gun to shoot someone, sakawa and all that. But I asked myself, what can I do to raise funds for my book, for my business, my transport business? I can't sing, I can't rap. I'm not Kwesiata, I'm not Shatawale. But what do? I write.
Yeah.
Kofi, so you write. How do you monetize your craft, your ability to raise funds? I need 20,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, let me write a book. That was the inspiration. I need to achieve something. What people don't get is inspiration is an upgraded form of motivation. You can be inspired. When you are inspired, you are motivated, but you can be motivated without being inspired. Am I preaching?
Preach to someone.
See, I had the motivation to write.
Yeah.
But what I needed was the inspiration, and I got it from it. And I raised close to 30,000 Ghana cedis from this book. And I invested everything back into the book. And training colleges are requesting for my book. Private training colleges, private senior high schools. My book will be ready hopefully next month. UG bookshop. I have people calling, ordering for the book. Just last week I sent 500 copies to Christ the Teacher Training College. You know, and I didn't imagine this. I just sat down. Because I had an inspiration. I wanted to achieve. And now I've put my transman business aside and I'm focusing on the book. Because it's actually getting somewhere.
Does it feel like you're working?
Yes, it is.
But does it feel like you're having fun in what you're doing?
I am. I'm actually having fun. Every night I write.
Exactly.
I'm working on 2 books simultaneously. A Girl Can and then Why God Is Not a Man. Very controversial. Why God Is Not a Man. You see Jesus Christ.
I like read that one.
Exactly, that's the reaction I was expecting.
Why God is not a man.
Yeah. Why God is not a man.
It's not a brain. I mean, I don't even think God is a man or a woman.
No, but most the picture out there is God is a man.
It's very debatable. It'd be very debatable.
Very controversial.
That is all people will figure.
But you still want to know why God is not a man.
You see, me, I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I cook up things in my head. If I tell you exactly what I think, Charlie.
No, but if there's this book with the title Why God Is Not a Man, you'd want to know why God is not a man, even though you feel God is to you personally.
I'll read. I'd like to get your point across, you know. So yeah, I'll read it. Yes, I will. But I'll be some way. My mind be some way. But Charlie, you say a lot of deep stuff. I mean, motivation and inspiration.
He preach.
Yeah. He preach, and that is the main thing I wanted to get across with interviewing you. You may not know this, but I came across him on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Twitter. I was just, on my timeline, just viewing shit.
Yeah, normal thing.
And then I saw, like a Ghanaian, and it's not like these old cats.
Yeah, young guy.
He's promoting his book by himself. I was like, yo, there's something we need to do. And this, it fits into the entrepreneurial series we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So this is actually the first one we're doing. If we say we are launching it now, yes, this is actually the first one, because we've done Spec Shine, in the past. We did Spec Shine, so this will be the second, but this is the first one we are mentioning entrepreneurial series.
Nice.
And we're bringing you more of this, but yours is such an inspiration, because I think you've touched on what a lot of people, when you ask them about success, the determination. you get what I mean? Like, they don't give you the actual juice.
It's true though.
And you have, like, you've broken it down to, I think, the marrow, talking about motivation, inspiration, giving the backstory to it, taking 5 years,
the struggle behind everything,
the struggle. Everything that there is to it. So what it tells you is, like, these things don't just come cheap. The fact that you have a dream, the fact that you think you can do something, doesn't mean it just happens.
Even the fact that you have the talent for it doesn't mean you should just sit down and watch it happen.
Exactly.
You need to put in the work.
Just got beat down by this fat nigga. Now he's giving us pot belly niggas.
Beacon of hope, be like that.
It just happened, man. I'm not sure Anthony saw this was gonna happen, and that's it. Whenever you have a dream, whenever you have a focus, some goal, it doesn't just happen.
This is where motivation, inspiration comes in.
Exactly. You have to be
someone was motivated, or someone was inspired.
That's the difference.
According to Nana Kofi Tego, you need the inspiration more, man.
More than the motivation.
Charlie. Somebody will tell you, Charlie, I will buy you beer. More go do it.
I see this picture on social media recently. Now, this guy who was trying to use, he had attached a rope, this extension to a bicycle, a caterpillar, like, was it this big truck? And then he has this bicycle. He wanted to pull the caterpillar out of a ditch with his bicycle. That's what motivation does. It makes you feel, Charlie, you go do anything, but inspiration will tell you that this guy did this and did this, was not able to achieve it this way, but did it this way, and that's how can you achieve this success. That is the faint line between motivation and inspiration. So if you think you're inspired,
if you've read Rich Dad Poor Dad,
that's
the book I used 3 weeks to read.
I read on twice.
There's something which I think is said in there somewhere that when you have something to do and you don't have the means or the resources to do it, the first question you should ask is, what do I need to do to get this thing done?
Exactly.
And that's what I think you did. And now what you needed to do to get your transport business going is now actually the main
something
thing.
Else,
it's like you've broken some that was what we name. Some no be record.
York.
No, some like a curtain veil or something.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Should I say hymen?
Or stereotype, because black people.
You have to
boy, speed up.
You make it continue like we're here.
Some stereotype. Now, you're an young African, and you've written your first book, and I was going to ask you how well it's doing on the market, but Charlie,
clearly,
everything.
Clearly,
but it's so sad that the time that I was supposed to actually push my book, I experienced certain things in my life. I lost my dad for some months, a couple of months now. Right after the launch, I sent my dad to my launch. My dad was like, Kofi, I want you to be president. My dad is just an ordinary policeman with no proper education.
Which kind of president? PTA president?
Oh, no, You know, my dad has always been my inspiration. You know.
You like that one, man.
This is like some payday punch.
If somebody say we'll give you 5,000, wouldn't you like to do the currency? Of course.
You know, basically, you know, my dad bought me one of the best educations anyone could get.
Yeah.
I sat in class with children of doctors, lawyers, engineers, and I was just from Korlegono. And Korlegono, they didn't like DBs. People who went to those schools, they see you as a gay. Charlie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I close school, my white socks.
Why are you watching me?
No. So as a school, I had to remove my white socks into my bag, untuck my shirt, and look like a kubolo before I can enter the hood. Otherwise, they'll look down on me. So I had to grow up in this hood. You know, people like, you're from Korlegono, how can you write? I was like, yeah, I'm the writer from Korlegono. Yeah. And another one might give me big ups on Twitter sometime when my hype was. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I should send her a copy. I'm the writer from Korlegono. That's how I introduced myself. I'm from Korlegono. And then this guy on social media, I wanted to read it out. He's from Korlegono. He was like, man, this is what we are looking for. This inspiration, not motivation, inspiration. Someone who has actually done it before. Not someone who has not achieved before to tell you that you can do it. That is motivation. But when someone who has actually done it before tells you that I have done it, I did it this way, so you can also do it, that's inspiration. Yeah. The guy was like, Charlie, you've done it, you've paved the way, you've broken the
easy.
And the thing can make Falagi. The thing can make Falagi. So Charlie, just like this guy on Twitter, I texted this girl, was like, hello. The girl was like, hi, my name is it Vamos or something? Devon. Like, hello Devon, what can I do for you? I was like, oh, my friend gave me your number. And the girl was like, okay, so yeah, my friend say make a do what they go make a chop.
I see.
That's
Get to the point.
The girl was like, that's the only reaction the girl gave. You know, so basically that is it. No, basically that is it.
We play. You know, everything that you've said, you see, and we're going to have a podcast about that. I've had it before, but I think we're going to have that again, where, you know, coming from Korlegono, there was a certain life you knew. You just said, coming back from school in your white socks and neatly tucked in shirt, no, you had to take everything off just to look like
change your appearance, just to fit in,
have that look mentality and everything. But you're able to, you know, go over and beyond that mentality. I don't know how you did it, whether it was because you mentioned that your dad, you know, bought you the best education.
Yeah, basically, I think that was it, you know. And it wasn't necessarily the education.
I want to ask you is, coming from that ghetto, from that
hood
environment,
is it possible? I know it's possible because you're a living testimony.
That's
right?
Inspiration.
Yes, but is it easy?
Not at all.
Break that chain.
No, psychologically, it breaks you down. It's you know, wherever you grow up from, psychologically it blocks and unblocks certain potential. Okay. Now, if you are from Korlegono, certain things you don't venture. Not because you don't want to, but the environment you grew up from would actually block that part of you. Okay, now take it for example. People, you are from Korlegono and you write, really?
Yeah.
You get it.
The thing is, your environment, even the people who live in your environment, will never make you forget where you're from.
They will not harness that potential maybe you would have had in yourself.
And even if you have and you show them, oh, there's still
don't play down like Charlie.
We know your background.
Basically, and I speak 5 local languages. I speak Ewe, I speak Gam, I speak Fanti, I speak Chi, I speak Megezege. Yeah, I get if I can take yaga like a mogo kakasaka nogo.
That be it no be rap.
No, that's just no be scope party manner. This no be scope party manner.
Who self do Megezege? Continue.
No, Miss Bell do Megezege. Okay, continue to do Megezege. No, but Megezege is an actual language.
For real?
It's Fanti.
Be like my mom speak Megezege. I hear that to
Megazigi be language.
No, let me break it down for you.
Etifantia.
Ege tege fagan tege yaga. Oh, kohe. Wogo kogo hinge.
Relax. Where people they speak Megazigi? Which people?
Fanti is like Mankesim.
Okay.
Back in the day, most of the whites understood the Fanti they were speaking, so they had to employ this lingua, this pidgin form of Fanti to confuse them into what to say uhungo tege degen. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I learned it myself. So we can be speaking and then you wouldn't understand. Midinzi koko figi, midinzi kofi. Simple like that, but we expanded like that, and you have to be smart.
I thought this guy was going crazy when he did that Megazigi song.
No.
And that is actually one of my favorite songs in Ghana, like ever. Megazigi. I thought it was just
no. It's an actual language.
So when Patapa was doing it, I was like, yo,
that be language.
This one before, why you guys?
That be language.
My own is of next Indian hemp level.
Megazigi is actually a language.
Yeah. It's an actual language.
Charlie, open my eyes.
Yeah.
Charlie, the guy open your yo, man.
Yeah, so basically, going out from that hood, that environment, it was a deterrent, like it was an hindrance, it was a block, it was a hindrance to my progress. But the good thing is I didn't give up. I believed in myself. And then the first time I actually put something out there, I was scared. How are people going to take this? Am I going to make any mistakes? But I wrote a book and I had mistakes and I went back and I refixed it. That is it. That is life. Life shouldn't end with errors. Life shouldn't end with shortcomings. Life must go on.
Keep learning.
And now I feel, before my dad died, I just want to chip this in just of context. He told me that I was arguing with him that Charlie, Daddy, you have this. He asked me about the BEDIAKO project. I'm sure you asked me about it as we go for it further. But he asked me about the BEDIAKO project and my Transman Ghana Limited, that is transport management, and I've shortened it to be Transman. He's like, how is it going? I was like, Daddy, it's going well. I have this model I'm thinking of bringing up. He was like, oh, it won't work. My son, forget, it won't work. I was like, Daddy, why won't it work? But before that, I asked him that, Daddy, how do I become successful without making enemies? He was like, my son, you're not ready to be successful. Go. When you're ready to be successful, you have a better question to ask me. So when we were discussing this, it was like, it won't work. I was like, why won't it work? I tried several times, countless times to convince him. He was like, no, it's not going to work. Forget. And so I was like, I was frustrated. I was like, so because you think it won't work, I should quit now. It's like, my son, that is the question I was asking. I was requiring you to ask. I've been waiting for you to ask this question. Success is not just doing, it's a mentality. What you just asked me is not a question, it's a mentality.
Now
something you are ready.
You're ready to take
Transman, the model you have is going to take you beyond Ghana. I just wanted to make sure that you had the right mentality to take this through. Rome was not built in a day. Keep moving, and I'm sure you do it. That was the last words. And on the Saturday, my dad died. That is it. That is life.
God damn it.
Your society, your environment shouldn't limit you at all. It shouldn't limit you at all. Nevertheless, nothing. I was a Korlegono boy. I used to jam my prick. My first girlfriend I had, her name was Abuajiwa. That was after BC. I was bathing in the lagoon naked. I went to the beach side. I was bathing naked.
You saw her.
And I saw her. I had to, when you are going to the beach, you didn't cook a crab, a bag, powder kakra. Then after you make yourself dry, and then you smell it. And I had the girl. That is the life I came out from. But today, I sit on Views podcast with Derek and the boys here. I'm speaking to the world. It shouldn't limit you at all. I was trying to get this message a Korlegono guy sent me on Twitter, and I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. I was like, come on, this is it, Kofi. Mostly people, what I have achieved, I didn't plan. All I had in mind was to achieve what I wanted to do, and it just came like that. And I'm an inspiration to people just because I sat down to do it. That is it.
You see, and I would like to chip this in. For all you motherfuckers out there,
motherfuckers.
You see, you see somebody from the hood, and then all of a sudden you think that person won't amount to anything because they are stuck in a certain way. Charlie, look,
never look.
Everybody has something to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Under the right circumstances, the right opportunity, you will see the talent, the make of the person. Don't just write people off because they've dressed a certain way, because they come from a certain place, because they don't have a certain name, man. That thing is whack. And I'm saying this because, like I said, we've discussed this thing before.
Yeah.
It's whack. You don't do that. This young man here is from Korlegono. Shatawale. Shatawale cousin.
If you can get me this message this guy sent you on Twitter. Just the first one. Then from my hood, make I read Martin. Hi, how do I get a copy? I'm in Korlegono 2, meaning that Charlie, me from Korlegono really moved the guy.
Yeah.
And really proud of the fact that you have set a pace in the right direction and defied the odds. An example to others and something for the others to look up to. Greater things have been set and motive, and most of us have you to thank for that, for pointing to the light at the end of the tunnel. We there for you, bro.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure.
Charlie, you do all.
I try.
You know, actually read somewhere, I can't remember where, but then it says that so basically we all have like a dream, we have a goal, we have a vision, like that we all look up to. But the thing is, when we start, we have the vision in mind, but then forget about the vision because it's big. In that instance, it's too big for us to comprehend. But just move and work towards that vision. Like you mentioned earlier, trust the process. Because when you get to the vision and you look back, you wouldn't even believe that you're the one who actually went through it.
Charlie.
But from the present, if you watch the future and you say, nah, this is too big for me, or this is difficult, it will never happen.
And if your dream does not scare you, Charlie,
sometimes
you're not doing much. Your dream should scare you like, yay, Charlie, I will do this too. Exactly. I mean,
yeah.
And we thank you for that. We thank you for sharing your story and telling us about it. But most importantly, where do people get this?
Now it's self-published, even though it's inscribed, but
self-published.
Yeah. I run errands myself, deliver it myself.
Wow.
You want to buy, you call me wherever you are. I sent it by EMS. I sent it by EMS. I send it by Ghana Post.
So this is 100% coming back to you.
Yeah.
Just independent too. If you're a rapper.
my kick under was for sport.
Wow.
I walk day in, day out. People call me, I'm here. I'll go and stand and wait for you and deliver the book. Just for some small kwachabi like that. The book no they cost too. You understand? So self-published, self-marketed, everything. My social media handles myself. I didn't pay anyone. I didn't have money to even pay anyone.
Wow.
You know, at Twitter, at the time you saw my book, I actually DM people. Kusi Mame, whatever. That guy, K Poison, Sada, Nungwa, the celebs. I was like, Charlie, homie, please. If I should show you my DMs, I was like, Charlie, help me on this. You know, they were doing this Real Twitter Awards back in the Temple Social Center. I went there and I took the mic. I learned some T-Flow raps and I did the lines. But now I pick it, take us to the defend and I better attack. You know, something just to get the fans in.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I told them about my book. I told them the whole story. They were so involved, and people. I made like 15 sales on the night.
Wow.
So I had innovative ideas. Publishing this book, advertising it first of all. I learned how to graphic design. So I downloaded Photoshop, paid, did lots of things, learned online.
You be a real Wolf of Wall Street.
I started. I designed. Yeah, tell me Korlegono. You see,
your story, the boss man.
So I learned how to graphic design things, sent them out there. Most of the things on my Twitter handle that I designed for the book, I did myself. Yeah, I did myself. All the numbers there, I bought different SIM cards so that people could reach me on Tigo, Airtel Tigo, to reach me on Vodafone, MTN. And I was answering all calls, delivering all books by myself. I can set out a whole day and I'll deliver 10 books on foot.
You know why they watch them like that? I figure I do things. You the first time you meet me, I figure I do things.
I believe you. Alrighty, they be like, give me some meter.
Yeah, I even learned video editing. I edited a video. The concept of the book. Took some small girls and then I've done things just to promote the book. And God being so good, people hopped onto the hype. That very day, Nana Banamwa quoted my tweet, retweeted, was talking about the book for 5 minutes or so. People were just hopping. I had followers instantly. I created an account. I had close to 500 followers. And it was just like that, as by grace. Regardless, everything, it was not by might. It was not by my strength. Not at all. Yeah. I give reverence to God for every step that I have taken in my life, because with him, people have done things more than me. People are hustling and struggling out there more than me. But there's a situation whereby I'm a fresh author, and then I have my book out there, and I have people studying. I was sent this image of a class that are actually being examined on my book.
No.
And that's how far God has brought me, and I'm so grateful to God, regardless.
Kudos, man.
Before everything else, God has just been awesome. He came true for me, and then I just hope that He keeps coming true for me.
That must be humbling, man.
Yeah. So much so that I even went on my knees and cried at times. It was difficult just to get something.
It makes me emotional. Stop. But where do people get the book? If you put your number or
I have
handle
0502346026. Nana Kofi Tego at Kofi Tego on Twitter. Nana Kofi Tego, and you can also contact me on Facebook. Usually Nana Kofi Tego again, and you can call my bosses here. They will link you up to me, and then.
Sure.
But I'm just hoping that UG give me a date to set the UG bookshop, and we are still negotiating, and then hopefully I'm sure Derek will help me put it out there. You can also get a UG bookshop when it comes out. But basically, you can call me and I'll deliver it to
Put the number out again, man.
050-234-6026 or 055-1986-344. 1986-344 for the 055, and then for the 050-234-6026.
Charlie. There you have it.
What a night.
We for talk plenty.
Like before close.
We don't go the book inside.
Man.
Oh, we don't go the book inside.
No.
I shouldn't talk about the story.
No go sport give.
No.
I mean, listening to your story and everything that you've done, and you spoke about the wow factor. People reading the book without actually even knowing that they don't even know the main character.
But I think it gives away because title is BEDIAKO.
Yeah, why I chose BEDIAKO.
Okay, yeah.
BEDIAKO in 3 means BEDIAKO is a name given to someone who was birthed into suffering.
Yeah.
And it's
BEDIAKO.
BEDIAKO. Akon could be struggle,
struggle,
fight, whatever. But basically it's struggle. BEDIAKO.
Okay.
So
don't give too much though.
I'm not giving too much. Just the title. So there's a story of a girl who came to suffer. She fell in love and she lost her love at the blink of an eye. She decided that no, I'm not going to give up on love. She's a village girl. She had never been to the city. I'm going to chase my love. Teku, the guy, had gone back. He came to the village for just some holidays. I understand. And he left. He didn't know. But the girl was like, let me chase my love. I'm pregnant for this guy and let me chase my love. So she went to the city, thinking the city is like the village. Midru Amaka say, Midru Kanisha Amaka say, Derek, the views podcasting. So, but she got to the city and she realized the city is a big place. So she had to hustle and suffer, looking for Teku, her love. She was pregnant and you can just imagine what she had to go through. Just a gist. Just read the book and know what the girl actually went through, what she had to suffer looking for Teku. Did she find Teku? Did Teku find her? What happened? I think you should read BEDIAKO.
It sounds like movie.
Things you do for love. Or could this be love? But Charlie, literature-wise, me already here. But literature-wise, where do you place this? Because you're talking about people being examined on it and stuff like that.
This is okay. I don't want to blow my own horn. But
marriage of finance or BEDIAKO.
I said grief child. Standard. Grief child. This book It's just like any other book. Beneath the cover, just like Silver Spoon, Lemon Suitcase, any other books that were examined on in the senior
all
high
these
school.
names you mentioning in the titles, I'm keeping.
Charlie. If for Stars Plus this one.
You know, this book was actually made for senior high students, young adults. Everyone, everyone can read this book.
Yeah.
But it has serious elements of literature. It's not a casual book. So I took time to break down the English, insert phrases, insert figure of speeches, literary devices, everything in there, so that it can actually be examined.
Isn't that the metaphor is
all those things inside there. So this book is highly examinable. And it's an A-class. It's an A-class literature book.
Charlie.
On point.
Charlie.
Yeah.
I would like you to go into which clients. People should go out there and go and Charlie get the book. The numbers have already been given out. The handles have already been given out.
Kofi Tego, sorry. Kofi, the Kofi, and my Tego is not a Ghana Tego. Tego. Kofi Tego at Kofi Tego on Twitter, and then Nana Kofi Tego on Facebook.
Tego.
Yeah,
Tego.
Tego.
If you got into Charlie Hala's Views Podcast,
yeah.
That's viewspodcast@gmail.com, Charlie, and we'll hook you up with Nana Kofi Tego, not Tego.
I don't want you Honkakra. Tego.
I mean, the guy they do literature.
Of course.
But I've never done literature in my life as a course.
You just wrote a whole book, man.
I did natural resource management.
Yeah, but you
it talks like honestly, like your background in writing a whole book.
I'm nowhere close to English or literature, but
this is
Ebenezer, that is where I am.
It's impressive.
Charlie, I'm proud of you. Ghana is proud of you. Jay is proud of you.
I'm proud of you, man, Charlie.
We're proud of you, man. And not just because you're able to accomplish this, but the inspiration now you have become for the people of Korlegono, the youth of Korlegono, and other get to streets, man. Get to youth.
I mean, it's good because
for Barracks boys.
Yeah.
People don't know Barracks is also a ghetto.
Charlie, Barracks be some whole level ghetto on its own.
People don't know this.
And you know, even the Barracks directly opposite the Flagstaff, Jubilee House, is a ghetto.
I know, man. I know. And I haven't told you, but my dad is also a police officer.
Ghetto boys.
So if we say Barracks boy is synonymous to bad boy.
Yeah.
And there's only Barracks boys who know this. And if any Barracks boy is listening to this, they can appreciate exactly what I'm saying. When you say Barracks boy, you respond bad boy. So Charlie, that's what I'm actually proud of. The fact that Charlie, you are changing the narrative.
Yeah.
Being from Korlegono or being from the Barracks people always go back into the force, man. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They follow their parents' footsteps. 97% you be a police officer or some other force.
I mean, because that's what you know.
That's what you know, and that's so you being actually,
and your parents actually have connections in there
to get you in there. And because you've been a bad boy your whole goddamn life, it makes sense for you to just go back.
You just go fit in.
Yeah, give him back.
and then it happens. So
yeah.
I'm proud because of who I am.
Exactly.
And where I also came from. I'm proud that I've met a fellow bad boy.
Barracks boy, then we'll respond bad boy.
Barracks boy.
Bad boy.
And he's doing amazing stuff and inspiring the rest of the people.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, bro.
I mean, what can you say? There's a book in front of you. And the thing is, like you said, they're from Korlegono, home of Shatawale then. You see, the thing is, you can be someone else or you can be something else. It's not all about, the music, the rapping. This is a book. This is someone who has little to no background in literature, but then has written a book and is very inspirational to everyone out there.
Charlie, you do all.
Charlie,
do all. That's all I have.
You do all plus one.
Again, Charlie, let's go and pay some dues. See, the story was so nice. We forgot about paying dues, man. Charlie, so this again is brought to you by the Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. They do weddings, parties, outdoorings. I always say outdoorings because of Jeffrey. J. So outdoor event, standby generators on deck, PA system on deck, blasted. AC on deck, security on deck.
Charlie.
I mean, parking, secure parking on deck. Charlie,
all in one.
Where you want to go?
All in one.
Charlie. Again, reach them on 0244-926-622. Schedule a tour, Charlie. They'll take you around and make your perfect occasion, Charlie. Jet. That'll be all I can say, man. Again, Matcon.
Again, yeah, we have Matcon, which is a matchmaking event. This is coming up next week, or if I should put it, on the 7th of June 2019. And it's in layman terms, it's just speed dating.
Yeah.
But then there's also a matchmaking event, so you just come and meet, in quotes, your soulmate. Come and have fun. Stop sliding to DMs. Come and meet people in person and
put the phone down, man.
Talk to them.
Of course, you are single. Your girl break your heart.
Twice. Yeah, you can find Matcon on Eventbrite. If you don't have Eventbrite, just come.
Within the hotel.
6:30 p.m.
East Cantonment, behind our Sports Stadium.
Yeah, so there's a gate fee, 50 Ghana cedis. Ghanaians like free things too much.
Yeah, they sure.
But then this is going to be a very good night, because games good day, music good day, low key party good day. So, Charlie, come and meet you.
Couple 50-50, 100.
Charlie, you don't buy a book.
You are coming to meet people. You don't come as a couple.
So you should come. Just
then why they come there?
You man. You don't come as a couple, man.
Yeah.
So 50 per person. Just pass through, Charlie. Meet people, make friends, network. Hey, you never know. You may actually meet your business partner.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So pass through, Charlie. Free your mind, open your mind, and just come and make friends. And
but the girls, when they come to the girls, fine.
Hey, the girls fine.
Jesus Christ. The girls fine.
God damn it.
So if you don't come 7 June, Charlie,
you do yawa.
You do yawa. But another one good day. But if you miss this one, I don't know what you can expect for the next one. But then
exactly.
Be there.
And what people don't know is this thing will be popping up different locations.
Different locations every month. So
yeah, and you, Charlie, watch out.
Just keep your ear on the ground. You never know.
Exactly, it's coming. Keep listening to Views Podcast, and you know the next one. And lastly, this is brought to you by
Within the
Hotel, Charlie.
Yeah.
Within the Hotel is a boutique hotel inside the heart of East Cantonment, a hideaway in the city. I don't know how they were able to do that, but Charlie,
you don't know to yourself, you don't know.
You don't know.
It be big.
Charlie, conferencing rooms, food, restaurant, terrace,
the
bar.
to the pub.
Their signature meal. Actually, you still don't bring the third one.
You still don't think.
Yam chips and chicken.
Grilled chicken.
Indian dishes. Yo, man, Charlie.
Name it.
Just pass through.
They might be too chill.
Show the Guinness pass.
And they tell you cocktails. I mean, Mini Hotel is the place to be. Just if you're looking for business, for leisure. I mean,
this is the place to be. Man.
For the business traveler, you are in luck, because that's what they actually specialize in. So
they're very close to the airport as well. So
I'm telling you, 5 minutes. I mean, come to Medini Hotel and all your needs will be sorted. So you can contact them on 0302770007. Again, 0302770007. If you listen to this podcast, Nana, we just interviewed Nana Kofi Tego. Charlie, an inspiration.
Charlie,
the guy do all. He's written a book
from Kole to here,
defying all the odds, or as I put it, he break all the chains.
Like they don't talk the same chair.
You break all the chains or the stereotypes. Yeah, man. We try to write so. Man, Charlie, thanks for being here. You're busy, but you made time for us. Yeah, it's actually late, but you're here, and your story will be told, on this platform for the masses to hear and for the masses to be inspired. Thank you, bro, for doing what you do, and for being of service to Mother Ghana, man.
Yeah, keep inspiring all of us, man.
Thank you. So if you listen to this and you liked it, good for you. If you hated it too, good for you. This is Views Podcast. We're here to just express our views. We're entitled to ours, so as you. So, Charlie, thank you for listening. If you've made it this far with us, 1 hour 20 minutes, Charlie, you do all. We thank you. Get interactive with us on social media at Views Podcast on Twitter, at Views Podcast on
Instagram.
Instagram is actually podcast_views.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's still on.
Oh,
yeah. So podcast and _views on Instagram, on Facebook at Views Podcast. Send us a message, or if you want to be on this platform for this special edition of Entrepreneurial Series, send us an email on viewspodcast@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to have you. That's what we're about. We're trying to spark a conversation, spark a thought, and slowly we all can change Ghana. Love God, love yours, love all.
One.
And we out.